Hi, everyone. This is the Trace project and team introduction. I'm Brandon. I'll be starting us off today. My other teammates are Aiden, Cody, and Bruno. And I will be starting us off with what is Trace? So, Trace is a ski and snowboard tracking mobile app designed to provide powerful insights, track progression, and promote friendly competition. Now I'll pass it over to Aiden.
Hi, I'm Aiden. I'm going to be going over the core functionality of Trace. So the first main thing you're going to be able to do with our app is track all of your skiing and snowboarding sessions. And with that, you're going to be able to view all of your session stats, such as your max speed, vertical drop, max slope, and many other stats. With that, you're also going to be able to view all of your past sessions that you've recorded on an interactive 3D map to see which terrain you skied over and all the different tricks you performed on the mountain. Additionally, when you record a session, we'll also be looking for all of the tricks that you do during your session. So we will detect all of your airtime that you're getting, also any of the tricks that you're doing. Additionally, you're going to be able to use the resort leaderboard to compete with all of your friends and push that friendly competition. Lastly, if you are in a remote region and don't have any good cell service, we've got you covered with the offline session tracking. As for our user base, Trace is designed for skiers and snowboarders of all different levels. Our resort leaderboard encourages competition, no matter if you're a beginner or an expert. As for the different insights we provide for our users, some might be useful for different users more than others. For example, if you're just a beginner, you might be focusing on skiing on different slopes and might be looking at our max slope metric. But if you're more of an advanced or freeride skier, you might be more focused on the trick detection that we provide. Now I'll pass it to Cody for a live demo.
What's up, everybody? I'm going to be showing you guys around Trace today and showing you a little bit about what our app can do. As you can see, that flash there for a brief little moment was our sign-in page. We got automatically signed in by Apple Keychain, so it'll remember our username and password, automatically sign us in. As you can see, this is our record page. This will be the main page. This is where you'll start at every single time. We've got a nice 3D interactive map. As I mentioned, this is where you start. You can start your session. As you can see, we have a session duration as well as different rolling stats. You can also pause and resume as well as stop. As you can see, we get a nice little reminder that nothing was actually saved to the database. That's because I'm sitting in one spot right now. And we have an algorithm that goes through and cleans all of the data. That way we don't get a lot of aggregated points in the same spot, as well as we clean any uphill motion. So when you're on the lift, you don't have to worry about that. Pausing it while you're on the lift will go through and automatically clean that for you. So that's also why the statistics weren't updating. But heading over to the resorts page, this is all of the Icon and Epic resorts. We support all of those. As you can see, we've got some favorited. You can favorite one. It'll keep it at the very top. That way, if you go there often and you want to be able to easily access it, you can. So we can go ahead and click on a resort. It'll take you to that resort on the map. As you can see, we have a geofenced boundary as well as a shaded region. What that does is it shows us the resort boundaries. Super helpful for deciding where you can go. Also, you can see the different structures at the resort as well as the lifts. And if you zoom in, you can also see the different lines. Super helpful for if you're at a new resort, as well as exploring other ones, potential resorts you want to go to. Going over to our dashboard, as you can see, this is where you will have all of the previously recorded sessions. So for example, I'll show you this one. This one was at Brighton yesterday. When you click on a session, it'll come up with a short little summary of your session. As you can see, Aiden had 2 lines, 9,000 points, etc. It'll show you, like I said, a brief summary of your statistics as well. It gives you the option to actually delete the session. So, and on this little preview here, you can see a preview of the session and the lines on our map. Going ahead and clicking on our preview here, it'll take us to the location on the actual map. At the top here, you can see we have our session summary. So he had 2 lines, and all of these statistics are aggregated over those 2 lines. You can also see there's 1 line, there's another. You can go ahead and click on an individual line, and it'll give you the statistics for that one specific line. As you can see, got max speed, bunch of other stuff. As you can see, these little indicators here mark tricks that Aiden performed on the mountain. These were captured using our motion analysis algorithm. Um, all of these tricks were captured in real time with no intervention from us. So as you can see, he performed 2 180s spinning to the left as well as the airtime. You can also go ahead and click on a trick and it'll show you a little details about the trick. For example, he got 0.6 seconds of airtime here. Heading over to our leaderboard page, this is filtered by resort, and it will show you all of the publicly visible users at that resort, as well as their sessions and their statistics. You can see we can sort by different statistics here and see all of these visible users. If you don't want to be on the leaderboard, you can go ahead to settings, turn off show on leaderboard. As you can see, Aiden's gone, turn it back on, he magically reappears. Like I mentioned before, this is filtered by resort. So right now we're at Brighton. We can go over to Alta. We only have one skier there, Mr. Brandon Bethel, as well as a quick summary of his statistics. And then going back to our settings page, this is where it'll detail a little general information about you, as well as allow you to change your preferences. So you can toggle on battery saver. What that does is it reduces the rate of which we receive motion and location updates. So that way, we're not receiving those updates as frequently, which will help conserve battery. Showing on leaderboard, I already mentioned what that does. Trick tracking. What this does is it turns off our motion, saving of our motion data as well as analysis of it. That way, if you're not going to be performing tricks and you don't want to be tracking them, you can turn that off. It'll save you a little bit of compute and battery. And we also have show resort boundaries. What I showed earlier with that resorts page, when you click on a resort, it'll take you to that resort and show a boundary. You can turn that off if you don't like it. We've also got a button to delete our account. I'm not going to do that. I like Aiden. I'd like him to keep his stats. Then we've also got a sign out button. This will take you back to our sign in page, and you can also access our sign up page as well if you are a first time user. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Bruno. And in terms of the technologies that we utilized, since the app was built only for iOS, we used Swift for its main programming language, which allows us to have some convenient libraries from Apple, such as the core motion and core location libraries, letting us get the user's location and motion for the trick tracking. We utilize Superbase in our backend to have stuff like the row level security and user authentication. And we utilize Mapbox, as a way of getting both the mapping and stuff like the line overlay and the geofencing to make it more convenient and useful for the user. Thank you very much for watching our presentation, and don't forget to read this QR code to install it from the App Store.